So I feel like with this announcement, this is them saying, "Oh, we're just testing out the game. It's finished. Everything. We're ready. Like even if you wanted tomorrow, we'll give it to you, but we won't, because we're
Exactly,
Rockstar."
dude.
But they're just like testing out
Exactly.
the bugs, and playing around with it, making sure it's tip top, and that's the thing about Rockstar, quality, quality. I mean, this is the first time we spoke about Rockstar, and the definitive edition kind of made us think twice about how they work. But the only reason why I'll kind of give them a pass this time with the defensive edition is because it was done by Grove Street Games and not the main Rockstar guys who handle the big projects. So I'll forgive the
Just
defensive
one time.
edition. I'll forgive them. We were raised that we should give people second chances. Let's jump into today's episode. Ekasi Esports Podcast EP16. Hey, what's up, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the Ekasi Esports Podcast. If you're new here, welcome. We hope you enjoy your time with us. But if you've been here before, then you know what this is. This is the Ekasi Esports Podcast. This is where you guys get your latest updates on gaming, esports, and tech. Tech is taking over. Gaming is taking over. So you must be up to date with what's happening so you don't get colonized without you knowing why you're being colonized. It's like, at least know.
Colonized, come on.
We must know, at least this round, we must know what's happening. And not just find ourselves on boats and stuff. Like, what's happening? I thought we were going for vacation. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, what are the odds of that happening though?
You see, yeah, that didn't happen the last time. So at least now you must know what's happening. So like I said, taking gaming is taking over, and a lot of people are jumping into into tech. A lot of people are jumping into gaming. So we must, we must keep you guys up to date.
Yeah, definitely up to date.
But
since Perfect didn't do it, I'm gonna take the courtesy of doing it. Today you are joined by myself, your host, Jude, and
and you're joined by Perfect. I guess I should get my manners in check. I didn't even introduce myself. Yeah, for those who are new, I'm your host Perfect, and this is my co-host Judo. And yeah, you guys are gonna be hearing some nonsense from us for a couple of minutes.
some educated nonsense.
Yes, some insightful nonsense, around tech, gaming, and esports. And disclaimer time as well.
I was about to do that.
Yeah.
Our thoughts and opinions, generally, well, not generally, they don't reflect the thoughts and opinions of the organization. So if we don't like pineapple on pizza, that doesn't mean the people in the org don't like pineapple on pizza. And we make sure to do our due diligence, to do our research and background checks and all that before we speak. So we don't tell you guys nonsense, but
yeah. Exactly. We make sure that we worried, we know what we're talking about, you get dragged through the mud in the socials, in the streets. If just one wrong thing, and the thing is, the tech community is very sensitive. If you say for example, this phone came with 4 gigs of RAM, but it came with actually 6, or actually not even 6. Let's say you say this phone came with 3.999 gigs, even though that's not like not really the case. That's not how it's advertised, but the tech community will be like, no, it's 4 gigs,
It's false information. Don't listen to them.
Cancel them, boycott everything. You know what I'm saying? But so we make sure to do our background checks. But on that note, we have a couple of topics. We have a couple of things to talk about in this episode. For one, it's official.
It's
Judo. It's official.
Official, dude.
I mean, like at this point, I was like I was willing to wait. Like I had just given up. When you just give in and be like, okay, you know what, God, I leave it in your hands.
Yeah.
I don't know when this thing is coming out, but I know it's gonna come out, and I know if you're with me, at all times, you make sure it comes out.
It'll come out. Yeah.
But what we're talking about is Grand Theft Auto 6. Or they didn't say Grand Theft Auto 6, but they said the next edition. So Rockstar Games confirmed that the next Grand Theft Auto game is on the works and it's on its way. They didn't say when exactly. Oh my god, here's a fly. Man,
annoying, man.
I think it's the hot weather, bro. It's the hot
Yeah,
weather.
it's
Because
definitely hot.
I had my door open and they just decided
They
to
say
like
me.
yeah. They're like, okay, we'll just waltz right in. But anyways, I
Yeah.
digress. Yeah, so Rockstar Games confirmed that the next Grand Theft Auto game is in the works and it's on its way, but they didn't say when. They didn't say when. They haven't even confirmed that the name is going to be GTA 6. But I guess it's safe to assume it's going to be GTA 6. I mean, the last game was GTA 5, so 6
Yeah.
is reasonable, unless
With
if they
the
give it a
independent.
different name.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's confirmed. But we'll get into that. We'll get into that as we go into the show. Then the other topic is what is the other one?
The Galaxy S22 lineup.
Yeah, guess Galaxy S22 lineup, as well as multi-choice. The guys who own DStv are also coming up. Actually, the CEO said they're not scared, of the competition. They're not scared of Netflix. They're not scared of Disney Plus. And because if y'all didn't know, Disney Plus is coming to South Africa, soon.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
that means there's more competition. So and the guys at DStv, they're like, we're not scared. They got something planned. But yeah, we'll talk about that as well as we go into the show. But I guess we can start off with Samsung. I mean, Samsung has
Yeah.
been
Yeah.
trending this entire week. I mean, they just
Mhm.
dropped their actually, they just like confirmed and dropped their latest line, which is the S22 line, and a lot of people are excited about it. I mean,
Yeah.
every
Yeah.
year, I mean, it's the
Every year.
Oh, sorry. It's the best Android smartphone out here in these streets. So obviously, every year when Samsung drops a phone, everyone is looking forward to it. So they're making waves.
Yeah, they're making waves, and because of the new drop, I've said this before many times, because of the new S22, that means the S21 is going to get cheaper, and that means prices for the S20 will drop. So I'll finally be able to buy the S10.
Quick maths. You see, hire this guy as your professor. Dog. He's a philosopher, man. Gosh. But yeah. And I never understood because, like, if you look at the changes that have come and the improvements that have come into the new lineup, the S22 lineup, they're more of like quality of life changes. They're not really okay. There are drastic changes here and there, but I mean, if you have the S21, I mean, you don't really need to upgrade. Like, I feel like why are some smartphone companies so pressed to releasing a new edition every year? I mean, why not just make it every 2 years?
Yeah, or they could go back to how they used to do it in the past and release it like after a couple of years, after
Hmm.
making actual viable improvements to the phone. Because I'm not sure when they did it with the iPhone, but from the iPhone 4 to the iPhone 5, there was like a big jump, and it was it made sense, it made sense, and I feel like smartphone companies releasing new phones every year like kind of stifles innovativity. If that's it, no, that's not the word. It's them being innovative. Yes, it stifles them being innovative. So yeah, it's
Yeah,
it's it's not worth it buying the S22. If you look at it from having the S21 and the S22, it's really not worth it.
I wouldn't say it's not worth it 100%, but I'll just say like it's not really that necessary. But there's a feature I want to talk about that actually may convince people to go and get it. Because there's
Yeah.
something that I'm really excited for. I mean, I see the other improvements. Better camera quality. Obviously you can expect that. They got super fast charging now, because apparently the phone charges faster. But like for you to utilize that super fast charging, you need to get a specialized brick. So the previous one, right, it was like 25 watts, and this new one is 45 watts. You know what I'm saying? So it'll charge way faster this time. But things you have to buy that bit. You remember they don't come with batteries anymore. I mean, with the
Yeah,
battery,
with
with
the
the
charging
charging
brick.
brick. Yeah, they don't come with no batteries. They don't come with the charging brick. Get your opponent out the battery.
You can get excited about the 45-watt charging, but like Huawei's had it for how many years? These.
Yeah, they've had it for a minute now. But for me, it's an improvement. That's my point. Is just it's an improvement from their previous lineup. But yeah, that's not
Fair,
the main
fair, fair.
feature. That's not the main feature, right?
Okay, okay,
But
okay.
at the same time, I do agree with you. Like, I feel like phones should just slow down, because every year they advertise these phones as like as being great quality. That this and basically they don't say it directly, but they're basically saying that this phone can last you for a while. You know what I'm saying? But by them saying the software in the phone is going to be supported for 4 years, for example. They're saying it has all this, all these strong materials like Gorilla Glass version 10,000. I don't know what version you're on now, but like the glass is pretty strong, so that even if you drop it, you can rest assured, even if you don't have a cover.
Yeah.
It's recommended that you get a cover. I also recommend that you get a cover.
Definitely.
But like they make them so almost indestructible. So now, when you receive another phone the next year, like 12 months later, so you're like, but like you're saying this phone, but this phone could last me like another 4 years. And what about this now? Like, don't worry about the now, so it's like you don't have to. I feel like we're at a point where we don't have to, get a phone every time, because it's now more about the software than it really is about the hardware. I feel like we're at a good place with the hardware where we don't really need new hardware improvements all the time.
Yeah, definitely. And with the hardware that they're presenting now, it's, as you said, it's there's not much really a difference between the two phones, except for the camera improvements and the Gorilla Glass and what. But yeah, and I think I'm gonna let me just keep quiet because I feel like this is what you want to talk about.
What? What is
It's
it about?
no. You say it because I feel like you'll be more
Ah,
excited
you
because
go,
like
you go, you go.
cool. It's the night mode, video,
Uh-huh.
like the video taking like the night mode, like the improved software. I think you can record at 4K at night now.
Yeah. Like there's
Yeah.
there's like way more camera features now. Like it's crazy. I think you can now record also video in 8K at 60 FPS.
Mm-hmm.
8K.
Dude.
Hey, eat your heart out, Apple users. But actually, the feature I wanted to talk about is not necessarily that one, but it's
Okay.
related to the camera. So
Yeah.
apparently, Samsung is also working with Instagram, Snapchat, and what's the other third one? But it's working with other third-party social media apps. Because one thing, when you get into a debate with the Apple users or iPhone users, in particular, they always say that the camera of the iPhone is just way better compared to any Android phone out there. And for me, my response to that is yes and no,
Yeah.
right? Yes, because yeah, if you take a picture with an iPhone, you get a great quality picture. Yes, definitely, right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
and if you use the camera app like on Instagram, WhatsApp, or Snapchat, you'd see, yeah, you still get the same, almost, the same camera quality. You know, you get that higher camera quality. But then if you're using a Samsung, for example, you'd see that on the camera app, on Samsung's camera app that you get on your phone, it's quality. But then when you open Instagram, it's good, but it's not as good. It's
Yeah.
not that good, and that's because obviously these apps have been optimized to run for 1,000 Android devices.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because every year, as you said, thousands and thousands of Android devices are being released. So them having to optimize it for specific phones is it's not going to work. Especially on the Android side, it's not going to work because you'll get a phone with like a 6.25-inch display, and then you get one with a 5-inch display. So
Yeah, and also
yeah,
the different camera configurations, and like this one has 48 megapixels, this one has a 100 megapixel camera. Actually, Samsung create invented the not invented, but
100.
like they released a camera for smartphones that goes up to 200 megapixels.
Jeez.
It's not on any device yet, but obviously they're gonna use it eventually. So I mean,
Yeah.
you see, these numbers are going crazy. So imagine if you are a developer. Let's say you're working on Instagram or an Instagram like app, and you want people to be able to take pictures using that app. You'd have to look at all the phones that are out here for Android. Look at the best Android device out here, which I guess at the moment it's safe to say that I guess the S22 Ultra, I'll say, is
Yeah.
like at the top of the food chain, and then you have to look at the lowest one, but like only in the popular, but only in the popular category, because obviously you won't go to the low like back in the Stone Ages. You look at like the ones that are like popular, like still utilized by a good number of people. So you look at
Yeah.
like what's the lowest and the highest, and then you kind of have to look for like a mid, like a nice medium, a nice median value or median setting that can work across all devices. And that's why even if you buy a good quality an Android device with a good quality camera, that's why your result, when using Instagram might not be as good.
Yeah,
You feel me?
yeah.
But now,
But
since Samsung is working with these companies, that will be a thing of the past. Only when it comes to Samsung, though.
yeah, when it comes to Samsung, the other phones, ish. I
Yeah,
did.
other phones will just have to take a back seat. But yeah, let me see if I can pull up this article real quick, so that people know that I'm not just speaking. It's the truth. Um, but yeah, this thing is not showing.
No, it's not.
Oh, there we go. It's over and over again. It's over
Yep.
your face. Okay, okay,
Woo.
cool, cool. Let me just position it. Okay, there we go.
There we go.
Okay, now you just oopsie. I think I changed the wrong one. My bad, my bad, my bad. Yes, there we go.
It's all good. It's all good.
Cool. There we go. So yeah, so Samsung Galaxy S22 collabs with TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat to integrate best camera features, right?
Mhm.
So let me see. Along with new camera technology, Samsung has also announced its collaboration with three mainstream social media apps, making its exclusive camera features directly accessible from within their user interface. The three lucky apps are named as TikTok, Instagram, and Snapchat. So basically, you can get like that super crisp 8K 60 frames per second video quality on TikTok as well. So you don't have to shoot, the video or the picture in the camera app and then export it into, TikTok or Instagram, whatever social media platform you want to use.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's the most exciting part for me because every time these iPhone users be like, "Yo, it's iPhone is just way better," and like I said, the yes part, yes, because of the third party apps can't utilize all the features of these Android devices, but the no part is if you just compare them, using the native camera apps, there are Android devices that can go head to
Beat them.
head. Yeah, go head to head with Apple. And even the difference is not that much. It's like a minuscule difference. Like if you compare the S21 with the iPhone 13 Pro, right? Like the difference is very minuscule. Like you have to have that eye, like the kind of like photographer's eye. You're like, okay, the contrast is too much. The sharp, there's over sharpening here. There's too much color. It's too vibrant. This one is too bland.
Yeah.
So it's kind of more like nitpicky differences. Like you just have to like look into them. Like that's not really nice, but it's nice. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So it's not that the other one is worse. It's just that the other one is just slightly better. But now
Slightly
with
better.
this, but now with this, Samsung will be there competing with Apple.
Yeah,
You
but I
feel me?
also feel like why sometimes the iPhone pictures are better is because of Apple's post processing.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
I honestly feel like it's much better than other phone companies because if you take a picture with the same like let's say you have an iPhone 8 here and you have a S10 for example right here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like I want to say 7 out of 10 times a person would pick the iPhone picture over the S10 picture, even though the S10 has the better hardware than the iPhone, because of the post processing. So I have to give it to Apple for post processing as well, rather than it just being, the social media apps such as Instagram, TikTok, and Snapchat. I also have to give Apple credit where it's due for that. I feel, but you know, with the new higher range phones coming out, example the Google Pixel 6, the post processing on that phone is amazing. So
Yeah,
yeah.
Google. Yeah, the Google phones. I'll say the in terms of camera or image processing, like after
Mhm.
the image has been taken. Yeah, I'll say Google's there at the top, hands
Yeah,
down.
definitely.
Like it's there at the
Definitely.
top, definitely. And unfortunately, we can't use it. I mean, because there's no local retailers who are able to sell the Google Pixel, and I haven't heard anything yet from Google saying we're coming to South Africa anytime soon. But
But
I would love to use that phone one day. And
me too, indeed.
but yeah, that's a good point actually. If you look at Apple's configuration, like in terms of hardware, it's not that top, like it's not like crazy spec'd out like Samsung with the 100 megapixel camera. Nah, like I mean this entire time, well, before the iPhone 13, they've I think Apple has been making work with the 12 megapixel camera, main
Yeah,
camera,
yeah.
12 megapixel camera, and Samsung had what 100 megapixel camera
108.
in which one, the S20, right?
Yeah, the S20. I think that had 108.
Yeah,
108.
so yeah, even though they were neck and neck, but you can see how much hardware like Samsung needed to be there at that level. But like Apple can make do with the little bit they put in, and it's not like they can't. They can if they want to, but it's just not necessary for them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because it's just that
this is
good.
good.
Honestly, they're just that good. As much as I'm an Android user myself and I love my Android devices, also have to say that Apple has kind of like is killing the game when it comes to utilizing its hardware to the max. I mean, iPhones still utilize 4 gigs of RAM.
Dude, 4 gigs in 2022. 4 gigs, man.
Even their
On an
high-end
Android,
phones.
dude, on an Android that won't take you anywhere. You try to switch between apps. One app is still starting up, man.
4 gigs of RAM is medium tier, is mid tier in
Yeah,
Android,
yeah,
but then 4 gigs of RAM in Apple, even the flagships, the top of the range iPhones use 4 gigs of RAM. If you have an iPhone right now, it probably has 4 gigs of RAM. If you have one of the latest ones,
yeah,
when I buy an Android phone, right, the first thing I look at is one of the things I look at is the RAM. So I'm
yeah,
like, how much RAM does it have? And if it has 4, I like take it out the list. Like I go for at least 6.
yeah.
At
6
least
is
6.
right now 6 would be like the sweet spot.
Yeah, I
I
would
feel.
say it's a sweet spot. It's not a lot, but it's good enough. The
Yeah,
latest Samsung is coming in with, I think the base model is coming with 8 gigs of RAM.
dude.
The
And
base
then-
model.
and I think it goes up to like 12 or 16, right?
12. I think the Ultra has
12, 12, 12.
12. Yeah,
12,
12.
yeah, 12, 12, 12.
12 gigs of RAM. That's
12.
3 times more.
Than Apple has, man.
I'm not sure how much RAM does the iPhone 13 have as well? Is it also 4?
Pretty sure it's 4. Pretty
Yeah,
sure it's 4.
yeah, but the point is, Apple is able to utilize its hardware to the max, while these other phones have a billion, billions and billions. They got numbers there. Eventually, we'll
Dude,
see billions, and then Apple is just like, we don't need to do that.
steady
We don't need
chilling,
to.
bro. Steady chilling.
But yeah, I'm excited for it. And I guess the phone that everyone is talking about is the Ultra.
Yeah,
I mean, the Ultra is crazy. I was
it
looking at the
is.
specs and the performance by some
Right.
reviews on YouTube because obviously I don't have it. I mean, if I had it, I would have created probably an unboxing video being like, yo, check out my phone, I'm saying, playing with the
It's the
stylus.
S22. We got it.
No, 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 not the S22, the S22 Ultra, bro.
My bad. My
Don't
bad.
forget the Ultra, bro.
My bad.
You're like,
My
yeah, I
bad.
got the Ultra, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, basically the Ultra, even if you look at the shape and the design, let me just pull it up here.
It looks more like a note, I feel.
Yeah, because it has more of the sharp corners. Because
Yeah.
if you compare it to the what's this, the other Samsung, the other S22 models, those ones have rounded corners, and this one has sharp corners. And one of the things that was notable on the Note, you see what I did there,
Yeah.
was the hard corners, was the hard sharp corners that it had. But now that has been adopted by the Ultra, and this year there's no talks of the S22 Note series
Notes.
or the Note
Yeah.
22 series. So,
Yeah, the Note 22.
and now the Ultra range now has a pin. It has it has the S pin. So obviously that was a thing for the Notes only, but now it's come to the Ultra series. So obviously the Notes are now fizzled out, and now we'll have the Ultra line.
Rip.
So yeah.
Nope.
So if you've been waiting for a Note, just get the Ultra. It's basically the reincarnation of the Note.
Or the full 3,
Hmm?
Whichever
Yeah.
floats your boat.
Yeah, whatever floats your boat. Hopefully, yeah. I guess I I think the reason why, because the price what's this the Note series like kind of tanked, especially after the battery exploding thing. Remember that saga?
Yeah.
You know,
I remember that
yeah.
talk.
When the Note was it Note 8, the Note 8. Which Note was
Was
it?
it the Note 87? No, no, the Note 7. Was it the Note 8 or the Note 7?
I'm not sure, but it was definitely one of the Notes. One of the
Yeah, yeah.
Notes were exploding. It had exploding batteries. It was all over the news. People are losing their ears. You're in a call, next thing, boom. You know what I'm saying? So it
Yeah.
wasn't a bad look. It was not a good look for Samsung, especially for the Note range. So after that, it was hard to trust it. Yeah, but I guess they were just like, oh well, let's just fizzle it out and give you the Ultra. No more exploding phones.
Easy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
hopefully one day. No, I don't think I'll get this one because I can't say that one day I wish to get this phone. Because I'm not gonna spend all this money. Because yeah, let's look at the prices. Let's address the elephant in the room. I mean, we've been talking about the features and all the nice stuff. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. How much is this thing gonna cost? And so here are the prices. Here are the prices by the retailers. So these are not from Samsung directly, but they are approved by Samsung. So these other retailers like Takealot, Audio Vision, what's this? Expert stores. They're gonna be selling the Note. I mean, not the Note, but the Ultra model for about
Yeah.
28,999.
Basically
Basically
29, yeah.
30,000. Basically 30,000 at this point. Can if you round
Okay,
it
yeah.
up,
Yeah, yeah.
30K. You see, that's how I'm saying. Ish. I can't even wish because 30K for a phone, dog. That's a lot. I mean, I could get it on contract, but looks like I'll be paying for 10,000 years. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'll just have to, because even if I say one day is one day, that one day if it comes, there'll be new Samsung
There'll be a newer
Ultras.
Samsung. Yeah, exactly.
So it's fine. I'll just look at it. I'll just look at the reviews and people using them on
And
YouTube.
see, exactly. Yeah.
And people like, "Oh, it's a great phone." I'm like, man, I know, I know. But the S22 is rumored to come in around I think 18,000. Yeah, the base model. I think it's rumored to come in for 18,000. So that's about 18,000. So that's close to 20,000 if you round it up. So that's still high as well. You know what I'm saying?
Dude.
And is it really necessary? Honestly, is it really necessary to get the latest flagship in 2022?
For the flex, yes. But for normal day, I think can rest,
I feel
bruh. So can
ah,
rest.
I actually feel like even the latest Android flagships are not even a flex anymore. I feel like the biggest flex nowadays in terms of smartphones are the iPhones
Yeah. Okay,
only.
actually, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because the iPhone just stands out. Like, wherever you go, if you see those three camera lenses at the back with the
Or
Apple
the Apple
logo,
logo. Yeah.
flexing, you know what I'm saying?
Instant flex, dude.
Because almost every Android device nowadays can make a nice looking back cover, or they really look nice. Almost even the mid-range Android devices, they really look nice. And they look really like high quality. Like I said, the hardware is at a good position where everything looks good, everything works.
Yeah.
I mean, I, even if I buy a phone like the flagship phone, it's not like I'll utilize the 1,000 terabytes I get and the 16 gigs of RAM I have. I'll probably be mostly texting on WhatsApp
Yeah.
or surfing the internet or checking out Twitter, or maybe YouTubing if I'm not YouTubing on my PC,
Yeah.
or scrolling through TikTok or something like that.
Something like that.
And
You
those
wouldn't really
things,
use 128 gigs or
yeah, and you don't need that much storage for I mean, you don't need that much performance for these tasks because these are like the basic tasks of a smartphone these days.
yeah.
So is it really necessary? You know,
With Android, yes.
But yeah, but personally for me, I mean, if I buy, for example, the latest S22, I'm good for like a good 4 years now. Until
Make
un-
it five.
until it's fizzled out, until like I no longer get security updates. Then yeah, or the phone starts acting up. Battery dies all of a sudden. I mean, Samsung phones are also famous for that. You fully charge it 5 minutes later, dead.
It's dead, man.
But
Hey,
yeah,
Musa would know.
he's suffering from the same thing.
This
But yeah, anyways, let's move on to the next topic. What's this?
GTA
GTA
6.
6. Yes, GTA 6. GTA 6 finally is coming. So everyone was excited, and how we know that this is confirmed, it's no longer a leak, it's no longer he said, she said. This was confirmed by Rockstar themselves on their Twitter. So they said on Twitter, many of you have been asking about the new entry in the Grand Theft Auto series. Many of us. I mean, all of us.
Everyone
mean,
that's played, everyone who's anyone that has played the game is excited about this, dude.
I mean, some people have already moved, onto the other world, because they've been asking, about this game. But yes, yeah, all of us have been asking about this game. With every new project, our goal is always to significantly move beyond what we have previously delivered. We are pleased to confirm that active development for the next entry in the series is underway. So yeah, that's them saying it's coming, basically. That's them saying. So they replied again. We look forward to sharing more as soon as we are ready. So please stay tuned to the Rockstar newsletter for official details. On behalf of the entire team, we thank you for all your support and cannot wait to step into the future with you. Confirmed. I mean, it's coming.
Yeah, definitely, it's coming. But them saying they've begun active development like into the next game. I feel like they might be lying. They probably could have started like many years ago, but they just didn't say anything about it. But like now that something tangible can come from it, that's when they want to maybe showcase what they've done so far. Because honestly, man, this is based off of another game. I'm not sure if all companies do this, but this is based off of like CDPR, CD Project Red. So even post Cyberpunk 2077 like release development whatever, we're still developing another game. So I honestly feel like as big of a company as Rockstar, they're definitely bigger than CDPR. Definitely. I mean, probably not with the best game, but definitely.
Shots.
It's not shots, man. The Witcher 3. Come on, The Witcher 3, dude.
Yeah,
That
okay.
was
Yeah.
that was a
Bomb.
game. That was a
Yeah,
game.
it was bomb.
That was a game. Yeah. So, you know, yeah, I honestly feel like they've been developing it for many years, and them just saying it now is, yeah, they're just mising now. But yeah,
I mean, I wouldn't really compare them to CDPR, especially with Cyberpunk. I mean, they announced Cyberpunk years ago. CD Projekt Red. They announced Cyberpunk ages ago, and when they delivered it was not even done. So they means when they announced it, they were probably still in the should we really do this or not? I don't know. but the thing is with Rockstar, right? If you look at their past trend, like with Red Dead 2, right? Um, when they announced the game, they were like at bug testing phase. They were like testing out the bugs at that point. The game was done. You know what I'm saying?
essentially speaking.
The game was done. So I feel like with this announcement, this is them saying, "Oh, we're just testing out the game. It's finished. Everything. We're ready. Like even if you wanted tomorrow, we'll give it to you, but we won't. Because we're
Exactly,
Rockstar."
dude.
But they're just like testing out the bugs, and playing around with it, making sure it's tip top, and that's the thing about Rockstar, quality. I mean, this is the first time we spoke about Rockstar, and the definitive edition kind of made us think twice about how they work. But the only reason why I'll kind of give them a pass this time with the defensive edition is because it was done by Grove Street Games and not the main Rockstar guys who handle the big projects. So I'll forgive the defensive edition. I'll forgive them. We were raised that we should give people second chances. We were taught at church that we should give people second chances. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We were taught those lessons. So this is me, being a good Samaritan, saying, yo, I forgive you. Rockstar, I forgive you.
But Rockstar say you'll eat your heart out, man.
So please deliver at least with GTA 6. You know what I'm saying? I forgive him with the definitive edition, but this time, if they flop on this new GTA, there's no repairing of any relationship there, dog.
You won't don't trust anyone anymore, dude.
I don't trust anyone, and the only people I trust was Rockstar, and they already rocked my world with the definitive edition. So now, if they disappoint me with this new GTA, it's chai. We're done.
Yeah.
Me and you Rockstar. We don't have we don't have anything special anymore.
Fool me once, shame on you.
Fool me twice, put the
blame on you.
Fool me 3 times. The peace sign, load the chopper, let it rain on you.
Exactly, dude. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what's gonna happen, man.
But yeah. So I'm excited to see what's happening. A lot of people are speculating of what's gonna of how the game is gonna be. You know, what city it's gonna be on, and some people are asking, is it gonna be story based? Is it gonna be online? And I'm like, I don't think it's gonna be fully online because I've seen some speculation here. It's not popular, but I've seen some people saying it might be fully online, and I doubt it.
Yeah.
Nah,
That
I
that.
mean, mhm.
Sorry for interrupting you. Saying
No, you can go ahead. It's fine.
ladies first.
Okay, it's fine. I was saying, I mean, GTA is famous for its storylines. I mean, that's why we love the game. You know,
Yeah.
CJ, Tommy Vercetti. You know, we've grown a connection with not just the game itself, but with the characters. You know, Officer Tenpenny, all of them.
I hated
You
that
know,
guy.
exactly. You hate him with a passion. You
Yep.
know, if you had see someone who looked like Officer Tenpenny, you probably go and punch him, or
Knock him, dude.
knock him out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, if you see someone who's like, if I see someone like Toby Vasily, I'll probably go and give him a hug. You know, like, oh, Tommy,
Wow, dude.
but that's the thing.
Yeah.
You've grown a connection with those characters. You know, so for them to have it fully online, I don't think that'll happen because they'll have to annihilate some of their followers. Obviously, it's gonna come with GTA Online.
Yeah,
Definitely,
definitely.
it's gonna have a GTA Online experience. Probably an
Hmm.
upgraded one. But it's gonna definitely have its single player story driven mode, which
And
I'm looking forward to. Personally, that's what I'm looking forward to the most. Storyline.
and that and that's the one thing that well, as you said before, that I truly enjoy because I played GTA San Andreas. Like I replayed the game 3 times. I replayed GTA 5 4 times. Just so I could kill everyone and well kill Michael, kill what's the crazy dude's name again? I forgot. Trevor, and
Trevor.
then do the like the extraction, and then at the end, um, I was like, dude, I already know what happened, so let me just keep on cruising. I didn't finish the game, but I'm still in the process of that fourth playthrough, so you know,
Oh yeah. I mean, it was a great experience. Like I
yeah,
said, most of these games are now like movies. They're like movies now. You know what I'm saying? You get so
exactly.
invested in the story, and it's like a movie. But like you're playing through the movie. You get to control some of the decisions that are made in this
Hmm.
story. So yes, definitely, that's the part I'm looking forward to the most when it comes to the new iteration of GTA. And a lot of speculation has been said about what map, what city, and a lot of people are saying it's gonna be a compilation of all the cities like Los Venturas, Los Santos, San Andreas, Vice City, Liberty
Liberty
City.
City.
You know, that might happen. I mean, that might happen, but I feel like it will be mainly centered around Vice City because
No.
we have seen, like, I mean, these other maps have been scaled up, tremendously, like San Andreas in GTA San Andreas. We've seen the city big, in
Mhm.
detail. Liberty City was in GTA 3 originally.
Yeah.
I don't know about 1 and 2 because I haven't played them, so I don't know really their story. But like in 3, it was Liberty City, right? And we saw that map, and it got an upgrade in GTA 4 because GTA 4 took place in Liberty City,
Liberty
right?
City as well. Yeah.
So we've seen the detailed HD versions of those maps, but we haven't seen a detailed HD version of Vice City. We only
Vice
saw
City.
Vice City in GTA Vice City,
Yeah.
and my favorite GTA game. I mean, we've spoken about this in an episode, but yeah,
Yes.
Vice
We've
City
spoken about
is my
this.
heart. I know everybody's like San Andreas, CJ. Me, I'm like Tommy Vassetti, Tommy
Yeah.
Vassetti, GTA Vice City. You know what I'm saying? So I really enjoyed that game. So I would love to see an upscaled version because the map was already too small, and it was not as detailed. But like, there's so many memories there, and the vibes, bro. I always talk about this thing, the vibe, bro. You should play
I'm sure
Vice
it's
City,
just
man.
I'm sure it's just you listening to Billie Jean, dude.
No, it's not just Billy G, bro. The Bee Gees, what's the other ones? Toto. Yeah, Toto was there even. Hold the
Toto was
line.
there.
Yeah.
Toto was there. Oh man.
So there was so many classics from the 80s that, those vibes, bro. Those vibes. So yeah, definitely it was vibes. So I would love to see, the next version of GTA, heavily focusing on Vice City. And if you look at and obviously if it's in Vice City, there's gonna be a lot about drugs. Probably definitely. It's gonna be about selling I mean dog. Oh, I mean
Okay, fair.
Vice City is the GTA version of Miami. And Miami is famous for what? Okay, it's famous for a lot of things, but one of the main things it's famous for is that, you know what I'm saying? It's famous for that sniffly stuff. It's famous for that Angel Dust. It's famous because of that. One of those. I mean, you've watched Narcos. You've watched Narcos. Yeah, the series about what's this? The Colombian drug trade and Pablo Escobar. So obviously there was Miami involved in there. So yeah, it's famous. So obviously, if Vice City is the GTA version of Miami, drugs.
Well, yeah, drugs.
I mean, even Vice City, the game itself, when it started off, it was mostly centered around drugs. The main character was, kind of set up, in a drug trade, in a drug deal gone wrong. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, definitely drugs.
Okay.
It's crazy.
You're saying drugs too much. You saying drugs.
Yeah, I'm gonna get Alpha. We might end up getting flagged because you're talking about killing people. Killing Trevor, Michael. Yeah. Hopefully, no one clips these things and takes them out of context.
Please, no.
But yes, Vice City. I would love to see a heavy focus on Vice City, and yeah. I can't wait. I can't wait to see what is in store for us. And like I said, since it's been announced, we probably might see towards the end of the year. We might see like a trailer, or we might see something. We might see something. Even they might even confirm the city this year of saying, okay, where it's gonna happen. So, and I'll take anything at this point. I'm desperate. No my boss. No my Give me whatever, bro. Give me whatever.
Anything, dude. Anything.
But yeah. I can't wait to see what they have planned for us. It's gonna be a crazy year this year.
Definitely will.
You know what's gonna be crazier? Disney Plus.
Yep.
Disney Plus is finally making its way to South Africa.
It's speculated to come in winter, right?
Yeah, around winter.
Around winter, yeah.
Yeah, so Disney Plus coming in winter.
There's another competitor to MultiChoice. Them having Showmax and DStv. So yeah, I honestly feel like they were out of the run, for a while now. I'm not gonna lie to you, because who watches? Well, we had this conversation last week. Who watches TV nowadays?
I don't even have a TV. I don't even have a TV. I don't own a TV. You know what I'm saying? So I don't need it. And okay, I'm not a big sports fan, so obviously I don't like what. So I just look at the results. I look at the results. I look at the highlights. So I don't really need to watch the whole match from A to Z. I just look at what happened in the match and stuff like that. So obviously, you being a big sports fan, you wanna get your super sport. You wanna see a lot of that, and I feel like that's what MultiChoice is really good for. And I said this last week. Yeah, MultiChoice is really killing it when it comes to the sports broadcasting side.
But that's it. That honestly is, dude. If kids want to watch cartoons, they can literally just go on YouTube. If they want to watch like learning stuff, there's that learning channel on DStv. YouTube. If they want to watch soapies, YouTube or Netflix. So honestly, that's the only thing that thingy is good for, as you said before.
Yeah, but but then the Netflix, I mean not the Netflix, the MultiChoice executive said, Mr. Mawela said, it's funny because we had a teacher called Mr. Mawela. Yeah, but I don't think it's the same one. If it's all like, hey man, damn, you cut
shout out Mr. Mawela.
Shout out to you, Mr. Mawela. Hey, you made it up in the ranks, executive of MultiChoice. But I don't think it's the same guy. But anyways, the executive, Mr. Mawela from MultiChoice, mentioned that MultiChoice is working on its own streaming platform to rival, obviously, to rival Netflix and also the coming Disney Plus. Because Disney Plus, Disney Plus has the Marvel movies, has the Marvel series as well, and they have a bunch of other Disney content, exclusive Disney content. So there's gonna be some content there, hopefully.
But do you think you'll be purchasing like the Disney Plus subscription?
It's already. I don't think so, honestly, but
Yeah,
I don't think so. But we'll see. We'll see. You know, if they've anything interesting there, maybe not. I'll see.
maybe. Yeah,
You know,
maybe.
maybe not. But obviously, I mean, they are a worthy competitor, right?
Hmm.
And the guys at DStv are saying, "Hey, dog, we're not worried. You know, we're working on our own platform." So yeah, they say multi-choice chief executive Calvo Mawela says he is not he's not nervous about Netflix and the entrance of Disney Plus and other international players in South Africa's television market, with the group planning its own unique offerings to go toe to toe with these services, right?
Hmm.
So they are saying they're going to be working on something. So Mawela said, I would not use the word nervous. We recognize them and we know that they are competitors in the market and we need to take note of their activities in the market, like all other competitors that were competing across the continent. Right. So he also added that they're gonna work on their own platform, right, to bring to us local content. So reading this article, right, which we'll also link in the description. I think I'll link all these articles we're going through in the description. But what he says most in the article is that their advantage is that they'll have content that represents, you know, most of the groups within South Africa and Africa. So they will have specialized content. You know, so I guess in the streaming services you get your Nigerian movies, you know, your awesome African magic Nigerian movies, you know. Those are lit, and you also get some local content as well, like your local series which are in Zulu, or you know, maybe some local series which are in Sotho, Pedi, Afrikaans, da 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 da. So I feel like that's what they're focusing on mostly, you know, which I guess it's a different offering. And obviously, this is going to be enticing towards other people who are really into that type of content, right?
Yeah,
But mm,
that's probably the one thing they got going for them.
yeah, the local content, you know,
Yeah.
and the nice thing is that it's not just South Africa, but it's just like the whole of Africa, you know, the whole of
Yeah.
Africa. They can work with a bunch of you know, other companies which, you know, can create content for this platform as well. So,
Exactly.
and yeah, they can work with also other studios, you know, to create content for this platform, which is going to be in their native tongues as well. So I feel like that's going to be a very, very special offering. I mean, we have seen Netflix going out of its way to work with local studios to create content for South African viewers and also to showcase South African talent to an international market.
Mhm.
But I mean, and like, you know, series like Blood and Water, and I mean, it's not my favorite show, honestly. I mean, I did watch it, you know, but I feel like I've seen better content. You know, I've seen better local content compared to Blood and Water. Queen Sono, I watched like an episode and I was like, no, I'm not gonna put myself through all that. No. I'm sorry, it was bad. It was bad. It was bad.
I mean, I did give Blood and Water a try. So I watched like 5 minutes of the first episode. So you know, that's
Mm.
something. That's something.
And I'm
That
guessing
is
you didn't like it.
something.
No, I watched the whole first season, and I was hooked. I was hooked on the storyline. The storyline was interesting. Don't get it twisted. I enjoyed the storyline. It was just the acting here was not the best. It
Yeah,
didn't feel like a South
it's
African series, honestly. It didn't feel South African as much. I mean, they were in that private, luscious school, those crazy nice stairs. And I'm like, what school is like? We have school. I was even surprised. Wait, we have schools like this in South Africa? You know what I'm
I
saying?
think it's
So,
St. John's. I think that was St. John's. I'm pretty sure that was St.
no, I think
John's.
wasn't that in Cape Town? Wasn't this shot in Cape Town or
Oh
something?
yeah, it was shot in Cape Town. Oh, I keep
Yeah.
confusing it for St. John's because it just looks that nice in St. John's to me.
Yeah, St.
And
John.
people
But yeah,
call it.
obviously St. John's like one of those prestigious schools in South Africa.
Yeah,
You know, you pay hundreds of
yeah.
thousands to take your kids to that school. But yes, I mean, yeah. So local content in Netflix is present at the moment, but you know, it's not the best of the best. I mean, I did see the movies like Jerusalem. Oh, Jerusalem, one of my favorite local movies. Actually, one of my favorite movies hands down. Not just like local movies, but one of my favorite movies of all time. I really enjoyed that movie. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. Check it out. Like we have the OGs there. We have the OGs there. You know, even Tsotsi dog. Tsotsi was lit dog.
That was a good movie. I remember
It was
watching it when I
lovely.
was younger, dude.
Yeah. So we do have some of these films present in Netflix, but I guess Netflix is going to be working with these studios and other companies to produce more local content, which is going to be interesting to see.
Yeah,
And we'll see
well,
what's their response going to be to these other platforms.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, Netflix or multi-choice?
Multi-choice. I mean, sorry, multi-choice. Everyone.
Yeah, it's confusing all these companies. But yeah, it will be interesting to see what multi-choice will come up with because you know, I honestly feel like paying for like DStv right now would not necessarily be worth it right now, depending on everything because of everything that we have right now, we have access to everything. So yeah, we have to wait for what multi-choice has to, offer um in comparison to Netflix and Disney Plus and Amazon Prime, as they've said before. So yeah.
True. I mean, I was thinking like if I had to get a TV, right, and then
Mhm.
I needed to just have TV just for the sake of having TV, I'd get like that open view thing. Open
Yeah.
view. So I don't have to plug in an aerial. You remember aerials?
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
I'll just get the open view decoder because it's just a once-off payment, and then you have it for life, and you have clear
That's it.
television, you have access to a number of channels. But they're not sponsoring this. I'm just saying that
Yeah.
I mean, price comparing, looking at the price and what they give you, I feel like you're getting more value for your money. You're getting more bang for your buck, and it makes sense to me. Like I don't understand why we're still getting DStv. Okay, maybe for specific channels, but like
Yeah.
you probably one or two channels that you really want there. But for me personally, I just get OpenView and then call it quits. You feel me? Because most of the content I'll download from the internet or I'll watch it from the internet. So it is what it is, and we move. But
It is
yeah,
what it is.
well, I guess we'll see how these things plan out. We'll see what happens with GTA 6 if we'll get any updates.
Mhm.
The Samsung Galaxy S22 lineup is coming out at the end of the
Yeah.
month, so
Yeah,
that's
we,
also
we
exciting.
probably we probably won't touch it, but
Yeah,
yeah,
we won't touch it.
it's exciting to know new technology is coming out, but
It's
not
exciting.
really
It's
new.
exciting. Oh,
But
another thing I forgot to mention. It's also going to it's not going to come with the Exynos chip. In South Africa, we won't have access to the Exynos chip that's coming out on Samsung, which has
now
the
when the
ray
Exynos
tracing.
chip is better, now when the Exynos chip is better, they wanna give it to us, dude.
See, that's why I don't even want it. Because the only thing that I'm really looking forward to is the ray tracing.
But we
That's the
won't get it.
main. But we won't get it, so for me it's pointless. It's fine. They can keep
Yeah.
it. That's just me saying it because I won't get it. Eish. You see, that's why you must get the man. You must get the man.
Let's get the man.
Oh, could talk to Samsung. Like, yo, Samsung, holla at the boys. Throw something. But obviously, we have to grow this podcast, a bit more.
Uh,
And we can only do that with your support. So if you've made it this far in the episode, shout out to you. And, thank you for all the support, this far for those who've been watching the podcast for, since day one. You know,
yep.
we love you, and we appreciate y'all.
We really
And
appreciate you
if
guys.
you're new here and you want to show your support, you can show your support easily. We're not saying donate to us. No, 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 no. Just subscribe. Leave a like. If you want to know when we drop next, turn on that post to notifications button and share with your friends. Share, spread it. Share the knowledge with them. Share this nonsense with them. They'll be spewing
Yeah, and
for the past hour.
don't forget to hit us in the comment section. We love to hear from you guys. Want to get your feedback. You want to know if there's some certain topics that we can speak about that would interest you guys. So yeah, we're always open to constructive criticism as well as ideas. So
We can take it. We got
yep.
heart. We can take it. Even if it's harsh, we can take it.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out to you guys, and we will be seeing you guys next week in episode 17. And so for today, it's been perfect,
And it's been Jude,
and we'll see you guys in the next episode. So cheers.